Welcome to the Highlights from Ukraine podcast, your daily audio summary of the latest news reported in the Ukrainian media. If you like what we do and want to tip us, you can now do so directly to our PayPal. Check out the link in the description to this episode for more details. Even a couple dollars or euros will let us know that we are on the right track. And as always, you can subscribe to our Patreon, where we share stories of life in Ukraine in times of war. My name is Artem, and here is the news. For 221 days, Ukraine defends itself against the forces of the Russian invasion. President of Ukraine Volodymyr Zelensky informed yesterday midday that Ukrainian forces completely liberated the city of Liman in the Donetsk region. Later, the Ukrainian military reported that they freed the village of Torske near Liman in the Donetsk region, which is located on the road to the important city of Kreminna, according to the Radio Liberty. They're hitting the enemy units in Kreminna with artillery fire. Yesterday evening, in his video address, the president stated that Ukrainian troops managed to free the settlements of Arkhangelsk and Myrolyubivka, Kherson region. Zelensky said that at least twice a day, in the morning and in the evening, he receives reports from the Ukrainian military. This week, the largest part of the report is on the list of settlements liberated from the enemy, said the president. He added that only recently in some of them the Russians held their fake referendums, but when the Ukrainian flag returned there, nobody remembers those efforts to annex these lands. The only exception is the law enforcement agencies of Ukraine, who will investigate those efforts. According to Bloomberg sources, the United States has said it is willing to prop up the financial system of Ukraine with $1.5 billion a month in aid till the end of the Russian war, reports European Pravda. The US is also pushing its European allies to provide similar amount of help. The current discussions between the US and the EU concern the creation of a more regular mechanism to support Ukraine's economy, given that the war is entering a protracted phase. The American side pointed out that in the future, demands for a more even distribution of Kyiv's support among allies will increase in the Congress. EU leaders are expected to discuss Ukraine's financial needs at an informal summit in Prague this week. Diplomats in charge of preparations for the meeting have been told that the expected amount of funding from European countries will amount to $1.5 billion every month, the same as in the case of the United States. According to the estimates by the International Monetary Fund, Ukraine needs about $5 billion every month to provide basic services to the population and support the economy. The General Staff of Ukraine informs that the enemy continues to focus its efforts on attempts to fully occupy the Donetsk region and hold the captured territories, reports Union. The Russian forces are shelling positions of Ukrainian troops along the contact line, conducting aerial reconnaissance. They continue attacks against civilian infrastructure and civilian homes, violating international humanitarian law. There remains the threat of the enemy launching air and missile strikes on the entire territory of Ukraine. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg notes that the Ukrainian armed forces are making progress and are able to effectively counter the Russian army, as evidenced by the liberation of Liman in the Donetsk region, reports European Pravda. In an interview with the NBC, Stoltenberg said that Ukrainians are able to push back the Russian forces with courage, bravery, skill, and of course with modern weapons provided by the United States and other allies. He stressed that Western partners will continue to provide military equipment, political and economic support to Ukraine. The presidents of the 9 NATO countries published a joint statement in which they condemned Russia's annexation of Ukrainian territories and expressed support for Ukraine to join the alliance, reports Channel 5. They called on NATO to significantly increase military aid to Ukraine. The statement was signed by the presidents of Czech Republic, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, North Macedonia, Montenegro, Poland, Romania, and Slovakia. We call on you to demand from governments of your countries to impose the toughest sanctions possible on Russia and its citizens to stop their invasion of Ukraine.